Now I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that back arm so our players understand what happens in the swing with that back arm. A great analogy is to teach your players to think about throwing sidearm. So how do I throw sidearm? I get into a position, I actually lead with that elbow. I'm not spinning open, leaving my elbow behind, and then coming across my body. I'm simply setting up. Once that heel goes down, I lead with that back elbow. It leads or is equal to my hand position, and all I'm doing is pinching or pushing that back leg to transfer my weight to my front. And notice my toe is on the dirt. I don't have my weight back here on the ball of my foot. The weight right here now is transferred to my front side. Now, if I have a tendency to come across the strike path, the drill is very difficult for the back arm because you're carrying the club head horizontally across the zone or the short strike path. A great analogy is simply throwing. All players understand that position to throw, a three-quarter throw. They can understand that position. Then you're just going to go ahead and transfer that analogy into hitting. Another analogy you can use is it's simply a hammer. I'm going to use my left hand. I'm left-handed. And you'll notice that when you're hammering, you don't have a tendency to spin and then hammer like this. What you do is you transfer your weight, you simply go ahead and you drop the hammer, the club head of the hammer, onto that nail. I'm simply releasing my wrist to make that nail get hit by the head of the hammer. I'm not pushing and I'm not snapping that hammer head. I'm simply releasing it onto the nail. And when you do that, the hammer is very, very light in my swing path. If I have a tendency to rotate across, the hammer is very heavy and my wrist can feel that weight of carrying the head of that hammer versus dropping that club head of the hammer down below my hands. It's an effortless move. So the hammer analogy or skipping a rock on a pond. Many of us have done that. All you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and drop that elbow right in front of your back hip and go ahead and flick that rock on the pond. So any analogy that can help your players feel the right mechanics to transfer into the swing is important. This drill is going to work the front arm.